y'all. Welcome back to A Geeky Gal. If you're new to my channel, my name is Megan, and today, instead of doing a get ready with me, I'm doing a chill with me. I did all of my makeup and put on some cute accessories for my Let's Play of Rule of Rose. That will probably come out before this video does, because this video is going to require way more editing. I thought I would make some tea and sit down and take off my makeup and just chat with you guys about everything that's been going on, maybe some new video ideas that I have. But I just kind of wanted to do a reverse get ready with me, which is the chill with me. Ooh, still hot. Still very, very hot. So, in the spirit of chill with me, I've got my trusty Neutrogena makeup removing wipes, which actually these are the Walmart brand. No shade to Walmart. And yes, I know this already has makeup on it, but usually when I go to work, I just put on lipstick and mascara because I'm lazy. And I don't like to waste, so I will use the same makeup wipe until it's not usable anymore. And this one is just about not usable. I won't be able to use this to take off the rest of my makeup. How are you guys? How is everyone? How's life? Hopefully good things are happening for you. If you're on my blog channel, or I'm sorry, if you read my blog, then you know that I recently took a month-long mental health break from blogging. And I also inadvertently took a break from my YouTube channel as well, which I wrote about in my blog post. And I was still uploading my Let's Play videos because I had either filmed them ahead of time or I felt like filming them during my break. Like I wanted to play the game, so it was like, why not film it? And it was very little editing, so it really wasn't that big of a deal. And maybe I broke my rules by doing that. But I really enjoy horror games, and I hadn't really enjoyed playing a game in a long time. And for me, it was cathartic to sit down and play a video game when I hadn't wanted to play one in forever. So if Rule of Rose was going to be that game, I may as well have done a Let's Play while I was doing it. But I had fun. Today was not an extremely fun day with that game, unfortunately. It was very frustrating, and I don't know about you guys, but I don't like to play games that frustrate me to that point where I want to throw the controller. Like, I'm totally down for being challenged or having to really give a puzzle a think, you know. I'm totally okay with that. Games like God of War, where I wanted to throw the controller, that's when you know, okay, it's time to take a break. So I ended up cutting my second Let's Play a little short. I try to do them in 30-minute increments, and I had to cut that one a little short because I was getting very irritated. And that's not fun. It's not fun for me. It's not fun for you guys to watch if you're into watching Let's Plays. It's just not fun. So it's like, why force it? Nobody wants to watch that. You want to watch somebody that's enjoying themselves and enjoying the story. Holy crap, that is a lot of eye makeup. I never do a wing, and for some reason, I just felt like doing a wing today, and it's a lot of black makeup coming off. My mental health break went really well. I feel rejuvenated, but I also feel like I needed the break. I've been hitting my blog pretty hard, and YouTube was brand new, and I think I overloaded myself. I tend to be an overachiever, and unfortunately it has its drawbacks, being that I put a lot of effort into everything, and then quality goes down because I'm so burnt out on trying to make everything perfect. Perfectionist, overachiever, it's not the best marriage. So that is something I still need to work on. Being on my break has taught me a lot. I should have brought a mirror in here because I am not sure if I'm getting all this makeup off. But I definitely learned I do not need to let myself get to that point again. I was literally in bed crying to my husband about how stressed out I was. And it wasn't just over YouTube and blogging at the same time. It was a lot of real life stuff too. Like, we're trying to buy a house, and I'm realizing that we're just not knowledgeable about everything that goes into buying a house. And it was frustrating because it's like I watched a ton of videos on buying your first house. I read tons of articles, and I still was not prepared when we attempted to make an offer on a house. I felt overwhelmed. Thank God we have an amazing realtor she had my back 100%, and she was trying to educate me on the next steps, and I freaked out. I absolutely freaked out and backed out of the offer. Like, we didn't place the offer. We were talking about placing the offer, but I backed out of placing the offer because I just felt freaked out because I was like, I don't know enough to place this offer. There's so much that goes into buying a house that I didn't know. It just sucked because it was like, I thought I educated myself enough, I watched videos, I read articles, I frequent Reddit, Our Personal Finance. I love TFD's videos. I love One Big Happy Life. So I was like, I know enough for us to go in and look at a house and make an offer. And I didn't. We didn't. That was frustrating. And on top of that, I went over this in my blog post, but I'll speak on it briefly here because some of you guys may just watch my YouTube videos and don't give a crap about what I write on my blog. So I'll touch on it briefly, but hopefully all my makeup's gone. I have no idea. I should have brought a mirror in here. I have been dealing with some personal family issues for a while now, since our wedding, actually. I don't want to get into it too much. It's pretty personal, but me and my biological father don't have the best relationship, and things got a little crazy at the wedding. Not crazy as in like we had this big dramatic event and it ruined the wedding. None of that happened. Like, it was a perfect day. It really was. I do not regret anything about my wedding day. I loved it. It was beautiful. I was happy. We had so much fun. We ate. And Alex's family was able to come all the way from Ireland. And I wouldn't change a thing about our wedding day. But my emotions and my feelings have been in the negative since then. Even though I've gone to therapy, I've talked about it with my therapist. I've done my exercises. Just at certain points, either during the day, during the week, during the month, I'll kind of slide back into that negative space, that negative headspace. And I have to pull myself out. And it's some days it's really hard and it puts me on edge. It makes my anxiety 10 times worse. So I've been dealing with that. Alec and I also had a friendship end. It didn't end dramatically, again, just like the wedding. There was no dramatic event that caused it to end. We just realized that they were not into our friendship as much as we were into theirs. And so it was better to just go ahead and go our separate ways. And so we started focusing on other friendships and cultivating new friendships and taking new friendships and building them up so that we could still have a friend circle, and the loss of that one friendship wasn't going to make us feel like we were bad people or people that can't have friendships, because in my brain that's the first place I go is like, oh, that friendship ended, it's all my fault, it's all me, I'm a terrible person. So to get out of that mindset, I did some self-talk, and I was like, it's not your fault, Megan. Some people just aren't in the same... I'm trying to think of a way to say this without sounding negative, because the friendship wasn't, I don't want to say toxic. It wasn't like they weren't a bad person. Our friendship, we weren't two toxic people, but somehow our friendship was toxic, if that makes any sense. But, you know, they are a really good person, and I still think that they are a good person. I still think that they're kind, but our friendship just wasn't a good friendship. It was not healthy. It wasn't a healthy friendship between the two of us. So it was easier to tell myself, you know, hey, this doesn't make you a bad person. If anything, this is growth. The fact that you can see that this friendship is not healthy and you're able to walk away and know that it's not your fault that this friendship ended or that you're a bad person. I'm trying to think of what else I said in my post, because I don't think I even touched on the wedding stuff, because I had already written a post about how I was feeling after the wedding. This is still really hot, as much as I want to drink it. There is also work. I've been burned out on for a little while now. With the nature of my full-time job, which I'm definitely not going to talk about too much, I will have a video coming up soon about how I got into 3D modeling, but I'm not going to be talking about my current career. I think I don't mind talking about my relationships, my friendships, or anything else going on in my personal life, but work is not something that I can talk about right now without going into a lot of detail. But I was severely burned out. Sometimes we go through long stretches where we don't have a whole lot of work, and I get into ruts if I don't have something that keeps my creative gears turning. And I let myself get into that rut instead of taking a step back and being like, well, what can we do to get those creative gears turning? I was like, I'll just not do anything. And it wasn't a good thing for me. So thankfully, there's new work in for me to work on. I've kind of switched gears a little bit. And I'm also working on my portfolio, which is nice. There are days that I don't really want to work on my portfolio, but I still make an attempt to do something. So, and I also have decided that I'm going to try and take on some more freelance projects so that I can keep my creative juices flowing, and maybe we don't hit a burnout patch again too soon. With the nature of my work, I don't think there is a way around burnout, but hopefully all the stuff that I've learned over this mental health break I can use so that next time there's where I feel like I'm about to into that burnout stage, I can recognize it and take steps to get me back to a place where I don't feel burned out. Or maybe I'm like, okay, we're about to enter the first burnout stage, so let's take a break, or let's, have a staycation. Let's, this weekend we don't do anything. We chill, we have self-care, we relax. That's something else is I didn't know how to practice self-care. And a lot of people will be like, oh, well, you just run a bubble bath, or you just wear a stupid animal mask on your face for 15 minutes and boom, self-care. But for me, that's not it. So I realized there are certain things I need to do for myself as my version of self-care for me to feel rejuvenized, revitalized, when it comes to having the weekend and then Monday, am I ready? Because Mondays are not only the beginning of the work week, but also I see my trainer on Monday. So I feel like during the weekend, I need to do things that set me up for success on Monday. And that includes self-care. And my version of self-care is sometimes it means doing nothing. And I know that sounds counterproductive, but sometimes that means literally sitting on the couch with a snack, some tea, and binge watching Netflix. I need to reset my brain. Or it means sitting down and playing a video game. And usually I pick a video game that doesn't require a whole lot of thought. I will pick up Animal Crossing, I will play Stardew Valley, I will play The Sims. Anything that doesn't require a whole lot of strategy or problem solving, because I want to relax. Stardew Valley relaxes me, Animal Crossing relaxes me, Sims relaxes me. Something else I've started doing too is when I walk Padme once a day, I usually take a 20-minute walk. So I've started listening to podcasts instead of music to, again, kind of get my creative juices flowing, bring some new thoughts into my head. Just, I want to be able to just kind of zone out and listen to other people's thoughts and think about those. So a couple of podcasts that I've been listening to are Getting Curious with Jonathan Van Ness. Jonathan Van Ness is Jonathan on Queer Eye. Amazing. He just did a podcast with Aaron Brockovich. Extremely interesting and will probably freak you out about the water system. I also listened to Doing It with Hannah Witton. I had to think about that for a second because she's got a couple of podcasts, but I've really been enjoying Doing It. That's talking about sex, relationships, LGBTQ. She covers a variety of subjects. I just listened to the most recent podcast with Gabby and someone else. I can't remember, but I just finished listening to their podcast while I was doing my makeup earlier for my Let's Play. And it's just really good. And one other one I've been listening to lately, they actually just finished filming. Recording. They just finished recording their first season for their podcast, and that is A Little About a Lot. If you haven't been listening to them, highly suggest that you do. However, they are on a break. I'm guessing that they're going to come back for a second season, but right now there are no new podcasts. But that is A Little About a Lot, and that is the Sorry Girls that are on YouTube. Hannah Witton is also on YouTube, backtracking a little bit. Hannah Witton's channel is really awesome, and A Little About a Lot podcast features the Sorry Girls, and they have a YouTube channel that is all DIY. I love DIY. Absolutely love DIY. If you guys have any DIY channels that you recommend, leave them in the comments down below because I love watching those. I'm a huge fan of Lone Fox, huge fan of Mr. Kate. Trying to think if I have some other favorites. Does anybody know how good it feels when you take out a ponytail and you just kind of massage your scalp? This is my Darth Vader cup. Besides Padme Amidala, Padme just looked at me because I said her name. But besides Padme, Darth Vader is my other favorite Star Wars character. This is good. This is really good. I feel so much more relaxed right now. So what do you guys think about this video, this chill with me? Do you guys like this? Would you be open to me doing another one? Because I kind of like this kind of just talking and just getting some things off my chest and talking about some of my favorite things here lately. I will say that I'm feeling pretty tired. I got up this morning and after I took my husband to work, we only have one car. After I took him to work, I went to the gym. I see my trainer twice a week, but I do like to go to the gym by myself a couple of times more a week. I love working out. It feels great. I love lifting. Lifting is my favorite part. I'm not a huge fan of cardio, but I know I need to do a little bit. I need to warm up, and sometimes I use it to cool down as well. And today I did a killer workout, you guys. Killer workout. I felt I felt fantastic when I left the gym today. And I think it's hitting me now. I feel like I need a nap. But it could also be the hot tea. Speaking of working out, I've also been meal prepping. And this was part of my burnout as well, was I was kicking myself to get to the gym like 6 days a week. I was like, we need to go to the gym 6 days a week. It was hard trying to balance work because like I have to go to work. But I was coming straight home from work, taking Padme for a walk, and then getting into my gym clothes and driving to the gym or going to meet with my trainer, whatever it was that day. I was on it. Right after, either I was coming home and cooking dinner and then going to pick up my husband, or going to pick up my husband and then coming home and cooking dinner. I wore myself out. Do not recommend. So during my mental health break, I took a massive step back. I was still seeing my trainer twice a week, and I love her. She's amazing. She is the light at the dark end of a tunnel. Most days, when I come in to train with her, maybe I'm not feeling so great, or maybe the day has just been crappy, and then I see her face and I'm like, it's gonna be a good workout. And at the end of the workout, I'm like, yes, this is what I needed. Get those endorphins going, and she's just there cheering me on, and just makes me feel so good. But anyway, so I was still seeing her twice a week. But instead of beating myself up to make sure I go to the gym 6 days a week, I was like, Megan, let's shoot for 3. We'll meet with your trainer 2 days, and then we'll go to the gym 1 day. We'll make sure that's a day where you don't have 10 million other things going on. And that's what I did. And I ended up working up to 4 days some weeks, depending on what plans we had going, just because I love to work out. It really de-stresses me until it doesn't when I'm trying to fit in 6 days of working out into a 7-day week where I already don't have time. I'm so not sure what happened, but the camera cut off at some point. I went back and listened to what was the last thing I said. So the camera angle might even be skewed a little bit. I don't even know if I'm all the way in the frame. Trainer and going to the gym 5 days a week. 5 days a week seems to be the sweet spot. And I also realized that I don't have to go to the gym all those days. Or, I see my trainer twice a week, but I don't have to go to the gym 3 days. I can come home, use my exercise bike that I bought off Facebook Marketplace for $40. Yes. And I also have bands. I love bands. I bought them off Amazon, super cheap. And I also have 3 pairs of dumbbells, and I actually need to get heavier dumbbells because your girl is building muscles, and those are too light for me now. And I also realized how much I love yoga. I was doing yoga with a friend every Sunday, and then she wasn't able to do it anymore, and then I had another friend that did it with me for every Sunday for a little while. And I realized I just need to do it by myself. If I can't get anybody over here every Sunday, it doesn't hurt for me to do it on my own. Highly recommend Yoga with Adrienne. Love Yoga with Adrienne. I use her all the time, either the anxiety yoga videos or the weight loss yoga videos. She's got tons that are mental health related. Bless you. So yeah, I can use yoga on my active rest days because even on rest days, you should still be doing some kind of activity. I have no idea why the video keeps cutting off. The last thing I said was moving makes you feel good. You should move because it feels good, because you feel good after you do it. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because I don't know what's going on with my camera. But I hope you guys enjoyed this reverse get ready with me, chill with me. I enjoyed just sitting here and talking to you guys. Next video that I plan on filming, I don't know when it'll be posted because I don't know when this one will be posted. But next video I plan on filming is how I got a career in 3D modeling or turning a hobby into a career. And so you guys can look forward to that. With that being said, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and stay weird. Bye guys.